Blue Skies. Doki 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 Doki. I'm tired. Hello everybody, my name is Senkara and welcome to Doki. If you like Doki Doki, be sure to subscribe for more. Stick around. It'll be awesome. Join the Discord server. We are nearly at 200 subscribers, so it would be really great if you could give this video a share. That would mean a lot to me. Alright, just a few days ago, I never would have thought that I'd look forward to an extracurricular so much. Boy howdy, me neither. The usual scene awaits me as I step into the club room. Hi Senkara. Hey Sayuri. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Ho ho ho, ee-hee-hee. I'm just still not used to being in the club, that's all. You're not? Oh, I've got some exciting news. Oh boy, what's up? Did you know that the student store sells that new brand of strawberry milk now? Bitchin', I love strawberry milk. I'm down for that. Let's go get some. Oh, I don't think I've tried that yet. I would certainly like to. I don't know, strawberry milk is usually too sweet for me. How dare you? How dare you? Weak! What? But it goes so well with melon bread. Melon bun! Sayuri, you could eat a packet of raw sugar and you'd still say it's not sweet enough. Hey, that's an exaggeration. And strawberry milk really isn't that sweet. Like, I don't know what your problem is, man. Seriously though, it goes really well with bread. I believe you. The milk is sweet, but it still has that unique tart strawberry flavor that's eased by the richness of the milk. Goodness me. Yes, indeed it does. And when you pair that with fresh bread, the sweetness is spread out even more so that it's just the right amount of flavor. Wow, when did you become Gordon Ramsay? Hey, breaking the fourth wall a bit there. Ha, I'm a food expert, so you should trust me on this. So you can say Gordon Ramsay, but you can't say the class president is a maid, or Oran High School host club. I mean, given how many snacks you eat every day, I don't doubt that you know your food well. I'm gonna take that as a compliment, you meanie. So I'm a meanie for giving her a compliment? Anyway, aren't you hungry now? Talking about food always makes me hungry. Now that you mention it, maybe a little, just a tad. Great, let's go to the student store and buy snacks together then, as long as we can get some of that strawberry milk. Ah, now I see what she's playing at. I raise an eyebrow. I aren't raised a single eyebrow. I raise an eyebrow, there we go. And Sayuri notices. You noticed that, huh? I thought you might have missed it, me raising my eyebrow. Are you sure you noticed? Senkara, why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Well, Sayuri, I have a nagging suspicion that you're only trying to convince me to come because you don't have any money. Ah, hence my eyebrow raise. And you just want me to buy you a snack. What? I would never do that. Oh, really? Then let's see your purse. Huh? Your purse. Let's see it. Sayuri laughs awkwardly as she pulls out her purse. She opens it. She opens with it. What? She opens with it? So she opens and the purse opens at the same time. How does she open? That doesn't make any sense. And it dumps its contents onto the desk. With 2 small coins fall out. As long as it's enough, tisk tisk tisk. This little ruse might have actually worked had Sayuri not pulled it on me numerous times when we were younger. Ah, that's cute. The amount of times she managed to trick me into buying her another ice cream. I don't mind buying her an ice cream, look at her, she's adorable. How could I not? Yes, some things never change. Nice try, Sayuri. It's not like snacks so much, I'll buy her a snack. No fair, how did you know? Now, wouldn't you like to know? Let's just call it women's intuition, or men's intuition, or just intuition, because we're not weird. In response, she sticks her tongue out at me. Typical. Yuri suddenly giggles. Aw, eh? I didn't notice she was eavesdropping. Looking over in her direction, I catch her peeking over the top of a book. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Senkara to let me borrow some money. Hey now! That's none of my business, Sayuri. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford, that's right. It's shameful to manipulate people into doing or buying things for you. Wow, isn't that a little harsh? I'm only messing around with Sayuri after all. I didn't mean that. That came out much harsher than I intended. Sorry, Yuri blushes in embarrassment, looking away from us while playing with a strand of her hair. I apologize for how I've been acting lately. It looks like she still might be a bit ashamed of how she acted yesterday. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. You know, it's okay to be honest sometimes. You should always keep things that bother you to yourself. What? You shouldn't always keep things that bother you to yourself. That makes much more sense. There's no way you could think that after... You were right though. I shouldn't trick people into buying me things. Funny how your 10-year-old self didn't see it that way. Ho-ho, got him! Yuri lets out a small laugh, covering her mouth with her hand. Even the way she laughs is so shy and proper. Is this mischievous behavior something Sayuri used to display as a child then? Oh boy, yes it was. Oh yeah, although back then I fell for it time and time again. You wouldn't believe how much candy Sayuri managed to con me out of. What? Don't make me out to be so sneaky, Senkara. Oh, but you are. Although those candies were so good. I'm surprised, Sayuri. Coming from you, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? What's going on here? What in tarnation? Where's my cutie? Where is she at? Oh, nothing much. Sayuri here was just up to some mischief. Oh? Yeah, she tried to trick me into buying her a snack. Hey, that's not true. Monica smiles wryly. I can never say that word, I don't know. Riley? And turns to me. She smiles and turns to me. I'm assuming this isn't the first time. Well, you'd be right. We all share a little chuckle at that. Well, everyone except Sayuri does. Does Natsuki? Where is she? Hey, you guys are being really mean. Okay, we're sorry. But you did bring this upon yourself. You're the one trying to trick me into buying you things. Yeah, I know. But in my defense, I'm really hungry. That's not a defense. Well, Natsuki chimes in. That's what I thought. If you're really that hungry, you can have this if you want. Aww, she offers up a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayuri immediately snatches it out of her hand. Goodness me, Sayuri, jeez. Thank you. Sayuri hugs the cookie. Oh, jeez, just eat it. Sayuri rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayuri suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. What? I bit my tongue. Oh, good, that's what you get. Ha! You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. I'm still really happy you shared this one with me. Uh-oh. Sayuri gets out of her seat, goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Okay, that's normal. Not like a normal anime girl. Team up of the crazy one and the tsundere. There's always some grabbing involved. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayuri off her. Aw, that's so cute. She just ate her head? What? Sayuri. Oh! The cheeky little minx. Sayuri suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. How dare you? Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayuri trots away laughing like a gnome. It's to safety. Yuri, Monica and I laugh as well, but not like gnomes, just normal people. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayuri to quit taking my stuff? Sayuri, you know you shouldn't do something like that without permission. Monica scolds Sayuri. I know, I just saw that. I know. I'm sorry, Natsuki, but it was so good. Hey, everyone but Natsuki chuckles. These things happen a lot, Monica? A little bit too much, to be honest. Don't worry, it's all in good fun. Good fun is teasing each other from time to time, not stealing food. Oh, calm down, it's no big deal. Natsuki pouts in her seat. Aw, she's so cute. Everyone calms down and quickly returns to their normal activities. Meanwhile, Natsuki gets up and heads for the closet, and Yuri is already lost in her book. So, you ready? Always, huh? Oh, right. I wasn't expecting Natsuki to want to start reading so quickly. Yeah, can't we have a chat first? Get to know each other a little? let me buy you a drink. Or another cookie. Not that I wasn't looking forward to it. Oh, I definitely was. Well, let's get going. Alright, I'll follow you. Natsuki excitedly walks over to the closet and as I trail behind. Aww. You're gonna like this volume, Senkara. All that overarching plot you've been wanting, finally. Monica? Monica? What? Something wrong? I glance inside the closet and immediately notice the problem. All of Natsuki's boxes are sitting on the top shelf. Jeez. Did you move all my stuff again? About that. The teacher got mad because of how much room your stuff was taking up and moved it around. I was going to try and put it back, but I didn't have enough time this morning. Sorry. That's just great. Natsuki attempts to reach the top shelf with little success because she's so little as well. She moves around some of the school supplies on the lower shelves to make room. There, that's plenty of room. I'm moving these back down. I notice a collapsible stool hanging on the side of the closet wall. Here, use this. I take the stool off the wall and hand it to Natsuki, who quickly props it up and hops on. Why don't you just grab it yourself, man? Like, the stool. If you can reach in and grab the stool, then just grab it yourself. The stool is just barely high enough to allow Natsuki to retrieve one of her boxes. She uses her fingertips to inch the box toward the edge of the shelf. That seems dangerous. Once she gets a good grip of it, she quickly hops off the stool. See? Easy. Oh, really? Natsuki holds the box up triumphantly before placing on one of the lower shelves. Do you want me to get the rest of them? I can handle it myself. I just need something taller. Why? I thought those were on the top shelf as well. Apparently not. Natsuki pokes her head out of the closet and scans the room. If you need something taller, you know, I'm something taller. I can grab it. All the chairs are attached to the desk, so it's impossible to get them in the closet. Aha! She heads for the teacher's desk and retrieves the computer chair sitting behind it. Why don't I just, grab the box while she's doing that? I watch as she wheels it into the closet and proudly hops on. No, just do it yourself, man! Oh, man. I mean, she's emitting light from her butt. I told you I didn't need your help. No, that face says otherwise. What? Since the computer chair is on wheels, it swivels from side to side and as Natsuki stands on it. Steady, steady. Oh, she's so beautiful. Look at her face. Oh my goodness. Ah, I love you. Natsuki clearly doesn't want any help, so I just idle in the doorway of the closet as I watch. This is a big closet. She shakily grabs boxes and places them on the lower shelves. Ah, here it is. Natsuki pulls the Parfait Girls box set off the shelf. She then opens the box and digs around in it with... What? And digs around in it with one and while holding the box with the other. You forgot to put hand in there. Whoa, I can't do that. Suddenly, the chair starts to give out under Natsuki's feet. Oh no! I'm not even gonna try. Kya. Kaya! I rush over to Natsuki, placing my hands on the back of the chair and propping my foot under one of the wheels. Luckily, I managed to steady the chair and prevent Natsuki from falling off, thank goodness. The manga, on the other hand... Ah, the box! Ooh. Ow. I feel books shower down on my head and my back, the hard covers leaving a painful bruise. Natsuki quickly jumps off the chair. Well, at least she didn't fall. Gosh, look what you did, idiot! What the hell did I do? That was all you, thank you very much. What I did. You made me drop the boxes everywhere. You would have fallen off the chair if I didn't save you. I would have been fine. Natsuki turns back to the closet as if reflecting on the events that just occurred. When she turns back, she lowers her head. Okay, maybe you did help me from falling. So, thanks. Aww. I love that face and that expression, that sideways glance, her hair in that position. She's just so wonderful. Holy shit, you're welcome. Now, we should probably clean this mess up. We both get on our knees and begin cleaning up the spilled manga novels. Luckily, none of them got damaged in the fall. There are only around 15 or so books, so we finish fairly quickly. She's not gonna cry this time? You know, I don't want her to cry, but I'm a little disappointed. Once everything is back in the box, Natsuki puts the box back on the shelf, but not before I snag the second volume. Still want to read? I hold the book up. The expression Natsuki makes is priceless, and I can't help but smile. Oh, she's wonderful. I love her so much. All in all, I'm pretty satisfied with this manga. Natsuki was right. It gets really good in the second volume. I was right, wasn't I? Oops, wrong button. Yep, that was pretty good. Told you so. I believed you. Oh, she's such a cute grin. Look at her face. Okay, oof, voice crack. Okay, everyone, it's time to share poems again. I sigh. I guess we'll read some more later. You sound like you're excited. I'm just excited to sit next to you. I mean, haha, I am. Yes. I give Natsuki a wave before heading back to my seat and grabbing my poem. Well, I need to give her a wave. You're heading straight back to her, like, calm down. You silly goose. ... Natsuki reads my poem. By now, she had to have read it at least twice. Is everything alright? Huh? Oh, yeah. Natsuki looks down at my poem. It's good. Okay, really good. There, I said it. Then what's the problem? This isn't how it was supposed to go. I was supposed to be the pro. You were supposed to write like me. I thought I was. Instead, you just... Natsuki's voice trails off. Natsuki, I do write like you. Huh? My style is heavily influenced by yours. Did you not notice that before? Natsuki reads my poem once more. Her face turns completely red as she reads. Oh, mine too. I mean, it's not, but it feels like it is, okay? And once she finishes, she looks down at the floor. Oh, my heart, I can't handle. My little tsundere heart can't handle this much tsundere. Natsuki, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. Not only is your poetry really good, but you also fight against the trend of normal poetry, and you fight hard. That alone is pretty impressive. Don't sell yourself short, you are the pro. I'm just trying to live up to your skill level. Oh, my little heart. Natsuki takes a moment to digest what I just said. Really? Really? Oh, I can't stop, my cheeks are moving on their own. Thanks. No problem. Now let's see your poem. Yeah, sure. I don't get it. Ow. I don't get why people will hate on good rhymes. They act like it's dumb and a waste of their time. Don't diss their free verse. Ooh. Or deep subject. I don't diss their free verse or deep subject types. Be dark all you want, just keep it in your gripes. Oh sure, you can tell me if you have a problem. Just keep it constructive and things will be awesome. I'd like you to know that our readers will differ. There's no best style, you smug old glue sniffer. Oof! Glue sniffer, goodness me. My poems may be simple and often straightforward, but charm can be found in such whimsy and order. I don't really rhyme, but okay. Not all poems can be as complex as you'd like. If you think otherwise, you can go take a hike. What about kids or the elderly too? Some read for fun, I guess I'm like you. Let us just go and enjoy what is written. You won't like it all, that much is a given. But give things a chance, you might find something nice. Just open your mind, and that will suffice. That was so good! Oh, I like that. That was different too, I don't think we've read that one before. But that was really good. Oh, Natsuki. And it's easy to tell what that's about. It's simple, straight to the point. No dicking around. Sure, Yuri can't call that one cute. I too am still annoyed by Yuri calling it cute. Like, not cute, it was so deep. Ugh, oh, you're so beautiful. Look at her face. I mean, what? ... So, what do you think? I mean, it's written well. It's well written, at least. I'm not sure how I should confront Natsuki about this. But to say she still holds a grudge from yesterday would be an understatement. I mean, fair enough, like, I get it. Goodness forbid Yuri see this poem. Heh, well, that's a given. I mean, I think that's the point. But yeah, you could say that I was inspired. Yup, you could say that. It felt really good to pound out these lines. Well, that's good. Poetry is an amazing emotional outlet, you know. I should really start. Anyway, I can't wait to show Yuri this poem. You're really going at her throat with this. Don't you think that you should work out your issues with her? I think this can be a good way to help work out issues, though. Yeah, well, she never tries to see things my way. So why should I? I think that's the wrong way to go about this. Relationships are a two-way street. Both people have to work to make things right. Why don't you try being the bigger person and just talk to her first? But I already know that she's not going to try. She's just always so preoccupied with looking complicated and smart. It's clear to me that she doesn't care if anyone can understand her, including me. You can't understand her if you don't even try. She might speak using a more complex vocabulary, and she may have mannerisms that seem strange to you, but from what I've seen of the both of you, she's more similar to you than you might think. Eh? Aren't you judging a book by its cover right now? Well, whatever. You can't hold this grudge forever, you know. At least think of Monica and Sayuri. Fine, I won't show Yuri my poem. Are you happy? I won't be happy until you try to talk to her. Oof. She's not going to bite, Natsuki. Alright, I get it. I'll try talk to her sometime. Thanks. You're gonna do the club proud. Shut it. But, you know, it is say. I'm glad that we share a similar writing style at least. Poor man. Oh man, the blush. The expression. The words. The tsundere. I can't do it. I can't do it, guys. I can't do it. It's too much. It's cool to talk to someone who, well, gets me. It's too much. I can't do it. I can't handle it anymore. It's too much for me. We're gonna have to switch to a Yuri route. I can't do this. My heart. I've been enjoying sharing with you. So consider yourself lucky. I do. I do. Alright, I will. I'll be looking forward to tomorrow. Same here. I love it too. That's just so wonderful. Alright, Sayuri, you're up next. Oh, so good. Oh, I really like this one, Senkara. Better than yesterday's, huh? Let me think. I don't know. Alright, I guess I like them both. That sounds like you. That's not very helpful, you know. Sorry. I'm probably not the best person to get feedback from. Monica once told me it's impossible to really rate a poem because they're so subjective. That's true, yeah. So I just judge poems through my heart. I guess I look for how a poem makes me feel. I hope that helps. That's perfect. That's what poems are all about, I think. Sort of. I guess some feedback is better than no feedback, right? Right. Speaking of feedback, do you want to read my poem now? Sure. Why not? Bottles. Bottles. See, that's the same one. So why are Natsuki's poems different and everyone else's are the same? Yeah, this is still the same depressing poem about bottles and light and giving it to my friends and mind break. Man, that one hurts. I don't want to read that one again, but I mean, I love it. I really do. It's a really good one. But yeah, why is her poem the same, but Natsuki's are different, right? Yeah, the first one was definitely, because the first one in the original was People Can Try, but that's about it. And I've never read that poem before, because I didn't fight originally. That's weird. Unless, of course, it was from the second playthrough that I just missed or something? Maybe? Wow, Sayuri. I didn't expect this at all. Did you really write this? Of course I did. Remember I said I'd write the best poem ever yesterday? Yeah, that's true. Well, here it is. After all, Monica has taught me a lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. Could you not? Actually, I suppose feelings are probably good than feeling nothing, but be happy! So, that's what this poem's about? Obviously, I suppose that much was obvious. Unlike Yuri's or Monica's poems, Sayuri's are relatively simple to figure out. If I've interpreted this correctly, you're basically doing everything you can to keep your friends happy. Yay, you got it! Well, that sounds fine. I really enjoyed writing this one. Just getting your thoughts out onto paper and turning them into a poem, it's like magic. Well, I think it's amazing. You should be really proud of it. Thank you, Senkara. That means a lot. I didn't think it was that good, though. Nah, it's great, seriously. No, spoken like a true New Zealander. Nah, man, it's great. Yeah, nah, it's good though, eh? I can't help but notice if the latter half of the poem isn't quite as cheery. No, good, glad you noticed that. In fact, it's somewhat alarming, a very dark contrast from the cheeriness I'm used to with Sayuri. Although, maybe I'm looking into this a little too much, but the end of the poem is pretty dark. And you said you've been in touch with your feelings recently, so I'm just checking, is everything okay? Hold on, my phone's dying. Of course, silly. But yeah, I'm glad he picked up on that, because he didn't in the original, right? I just completely ran over it and was like, oh yeah, this poem's normal, this is completely fine, this is great, 10 out of 10, good stuff, I have no idea what it's about. When it's clearly about her depression. Makes me, I don't like it. I forgot to tell you, I really like writing about bittersweet stuff. Stuff that isn't just happy or just sad. A mixture of the two. I appreciate that, I really liked her poem, this one, though. And this poem shows what I mean. It's just my writing style. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Well, either way, I'm glad you're enjoying writing so much. I hope you keep it up. Good to have a hobby. Of course! And hopefully you'll also stick with it. So I look forward to seeing all the poems you write in the future. Well, no guarantees there. But, just from seeing that passion in Sayuri's eyes, it's hard to be pessimistic. I hope she's not depressed like she is in the original. Please, just stay alive, for my sake. I don't think I can handle that again. But it wouldn't, because Monika's not messing with the code, so it should be fine. Right, just let me have a nice happy Natsuki route, okay? That's all I want in life. Hi again, Senkara. I'm trusting that the club's been doing you well. Same answer as yesterday. That's nice to hear. Can we just appreciate once again a normal looking Monika? They're fantastic, beautiful, gorgeous, love you. That's nice to hear. And back to that. So how's the writing going? Alright, I guess. Just alright, No, I guess I should say that it's revolutionized my world and brought color into my previously lifeless, life. I would not say that. That sentence would never come out of my mouth. Well, I say that, but the club, if not the poetry, really has made my days more interesting. Yeah. Okay. Hand it with the sarcasm, mister. At least you're not hating it though, right? No, it's great. Nah, spoken like a true New Zealander. Nah, it's been an interesting experience at least. Gives me a new hobby to do. I'm happy that you're applying yourself at least. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. What makes you think this isn't a masterpiece? Hey, you never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Natsuki thinks it's a masterpiece. Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monika. ... My poems are fucking amazing, thank you very much. It's a brilliant masterpiece. Alright, I can see that you put in some good effort here. Oh yeah, this is where she's all like, you like my Natsuki, don't you? What? No. You wrote it in the same style as yesterday, huh? How did I know that was Natsuki's style yesterday, though? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I guess so, because earlier I said I wrote a Natsuki style, but... No need to look so nervous, I was just saying. Natsuki must have rubbed off on you. I mean, it's only natural that someone's writing style would rub off on me, given how I've been spending time with you all more experienced writers. That does make sense, but I wouldn't want you to feel forced to imitate everyone's styles just to pander to us either. Natsuki's poems are cute because they tend to put an emphasis on meter rhyme scheme and simple, straightforward words. These all contribute to giving her poetry a more sing-song quality. Yeah, I did notice that. You could say that her poems become almost musical with their inherent beats. Of course, the words she uses are usually just plain cute as well. This is all just to say that your poetry has the same qualities. Huh, yeah, I guess I do some of that stuff. In poetry, you're able to change up how you want the words to be said and even perceived. And speaking of flow, have you ever noticed that rap is kind of like another form of poetry? Don't say that. Don't ruin poetry. I've never thought about it that way. But yeah, I guess song lyrics are just another form of poetry. Especially rap, since they need to focus on wordplay and fitting lines to rhythms. Yeah, but don't ruin it. I actually used to hate rap music. Well, I don't think it's too uncommon, the sentiment. Yeah. Oh, I said, yeah. Fortunately, some of my friends got more into it and helped me keep an open mind. I do like some Eminem, that's true. It might sound kind of silly, but I wish I had a rapper in the literature club. I just think it would be really interesting to see what they came up with. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't this one of the conversations that came up in the ending in the long conversation with Monica? Ha, if I find any rappers, I'll let you know. Yeah, because I never responded to it. But in the meantime, you want to show me your poem now? I think it's about time we let your poem shine. Sure thing, Senkara. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Pressurized, I float there, in vast hollow emptiness, large but small, grandiose and overwhelming, yet a dust mote. Drifting, meandering, carried along in endless void. Is this the same? But then I realize, my eyes open, bloodshot, my mouth opens, gasping for breath in this crushing, suppressing, restraining, boundless, everlasting, suffocating vacuum of torment. Atmosphere, Pascal Tor, screaming with no mouth, stretching, restraining, unrelenting, clawing with no nails, disintegrating in a suffocating poem of absence. Right, well that was rather hard-hitting. Are you still an AI? Like, do you still know you're in a game? Monica, I am concerned for your well-being. Talk to me. Tell me what this is about. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Really, freeform too, if that's what you'd call it. I guess that's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. I love it. I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. The other girls don't do this stuff nearly as much as you, at least. Yeah, you could say that they're a bit more traditional when it comes to their structure. But I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. That's great and all, but what's this about? Are you okay? Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines, really short, makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. It fragments everything and leaves it a dissonant tone with the reader. I see. I guess that there's a lot of things you can do with poetry. Definitely. Poetry is very much an art form. You're meant to craft poems using never-before-seen combinations of words to interpret the world around you. You really love poetry, huh? Maybe you should write a poem about poetry someday. That's not a bad idea. Anyway, it's still hard for me to tell what your poem's about. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. No, I think it is in this case. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling. No, tell me, what is this about? Or a conversation with the reader. So putting it in that way, not every poem is about something. It's about something, and you will tell me right now. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? Now, we've all had to experience that at some point with the poetry discussions and all, but it can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. Yeah, that's true. If you find other people who enjoy writing though, then sharing becomes a lot easier, because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. Yeah, it definitely is more helpful getting real criticism and feedback rather than just empty words. I guess I've really hit the mother lode with the literature club. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. You're welcome, Monica. And finally, Yuri. Let's go. I'm sorry if I've offended you. Eh? I said that Natsuki's writing style wasn't the best, but it seems that you prefer that style to mine, so in a way, I was saying that your writing style is bad as well. Yuri, that's a bit of a leap. No, it's not. It's right on the dot, really. I hope you can forgive me. Yuri, it's okay for you to have an opinion that doesn't make you evil. I should have known this would happen. If I try to prepare my words, I just sound awkward and weird. But if I just try to speak my mind, I come off as unfiltered and people dislike me anyway. I don't dislike you. So please don't force yourself to be around me. Oh, I'm not. I like you, Yuri. It's okay. I know this is what Monica wants, but it's clear that you'd be happier if you spent more time around the others. No. I'll be happier to spend more time around Natsuki, but that's because I love her. I like you, Yuri. Don't worry, Yuri. Please. You don't have to pity me. It's okay. Besides, I have my books with me. They'll never abandon me or leave me alone. I would never, ever do that. Never. That's my old... I would never abandon you. They're all I've ever needed anyway. Yuri shows me a plaintive smile before turning around and heading back to her own desk. I really didn't mean to upset her, but no matter what I say, she won't listen to me. She really seems to think I hate her, although that couldn't be further from the truth. I sigh to myself. I know I give her such a hard time, but I do really like Yuri. All I can do is accept that that's how she is. If she wants to be alone, I'll have to respect that request and leave her be. You don't really, but alright. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? Actually, Natsuki and I haven't shared yet. Uh-oh, I can feel a storm coming on. The oncoming storm, here it comes. Yuri hesitantly approaches Natsuki, who isn't meeting her eyes. And considering Natsuki's poem for today, it's no wonder that she doesn't want to share with Yuri. Judging by Monika and Sayuri's anxious expressions, they seem to be thinking along the same lines as I am. Oh god. I can practically see Natsuki sweating pinballs. Oh no. Meanwhile, Yuri seems to be blissfully unaware of the situation. Oh, it's so innocent. Oh no. I'd convince Natsuki to reconcile with Yuri, but if she sees Natsuki's poem, well, it's all over. So, Natsuki, if I may, how about we do this tomorrow instead? I'm not, feeling well. It's my time of the month. It's right out there, okay. We got a man in the house, okay. You can't just go saying that. Yeah, you can. I don't care. I spend heaps of time with girls, it's fine. I can practically see, yeah, me too. I'm just like, for goodness sake. I can practically see Monika internally facepalming. Natsuki must have forgotten that this club isn't all girls anymore. Ah, it's fine. I'm used to it. All my friends are girls. Like, it's whatever. I don't care. Is that so? I'm sorry, you must feel absolutely terrible if you can't even share your poem today. You don't need to apologize. It's not your fault. I can definitely share tomorrow. Well, even if you aren't well enough to share your poem, would you like to see mine? I, wrote it thinking of the argument the other day. I didn't actually see hers, so I suppose that I wanted to show you that I'm more open-minded than I may have appeared, as a way of repenting. I know it's not much, but oh, she's so sweet. Hopefully this can contribute to a reconciliation between us. Although we may have our disagreements, I would like to consider you a friend, and friends forgive each other. I'm sorry if that's presumptuous of me to say. Aw. No, it's not presumptuous of you to say that, because I like to consider you a friend too. Aw. So you can hand over that poem then. With a shy smile, Yuri hands the sheet of paper in her hands over to Natsuki. And Natsuki reads the poems, her eyes widen. You've been writing using rhyme and stuff, like me? Oh yeah, you gotta use rhyme, it's a poem, fucking rhyme it. That's my tip of the day. My poems are the best because they actually rhyme. Everybody else forgets to do that part. You could say that you convinced me to practice adding more lyricism to my poetry. Natsuki looks like she's speechless for once. Aw. Thanks, Yuri. It's awesome. There's no need to thank me. Well, I'm really glad that I got to know you, and I'll definitely have something that'll knock your socks off tomorrow. And then I'll be looking forward to that. I do hope that you feel better tomorrow as well, so that you could share your work with me then. Ha! Yeah, of course! Ha 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 ha! That was a crisis and a half avoided, that's for damn sure. I'm really glad that Natsuki and Yuri worked things out, and it seems that Monika and Sayuri feel the same way. It's good to see everyone getting along. Now that we are done sharing though, I have something to discuss with you all. There's a great opportunity for expanding the club coming up. Is this about the festival? You could say that. Do we really have to do something? It's only in a few days, so it's not like we'll be able to come up with anything good. Yes, that's something I'm concerned about as well. With such little time left to prepare, I doubt we'll be able to put together anything good enough to attract the new members. Yeah, we'll just end up embarrassing ourselves. Oh, don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Nothing more than a few decorations. I can design some pamphlets to hand out at the event, and Sayuri made posters to put up around the school. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to put on a poetry performance. Oh boy. A what? I'm with Natsuki on this one. Monica, I'm with Yuri on this one. Everyone's going to choose one poem to recite out loud. It doesn't have to be written by you, as long as you put your heart into the recitation. Although, of course, it'd be great if you could show off your own work. Jeez, extroverts, am I right? And the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite their poems too, because I'm sure everyone would love to do that. Yeah, I put a thing on the posters that say bring your own poems. It's gonna be so cool. Sure, Sayuri pulls a poster out of her bag and holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? Don't tell me you started putting those posters up already. Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, you didn't even ask us before you started advertising. We never agreed to stand up in front of a bunch of random people and perform our poems. I agree with Natsuki, as do I. I could never in my life do something like that. I mean, I could, it'd be easy for me, but no, I don't want to. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, yes, let's please calm down and take a moment to think about it. I understand that you two haven't had much experience sharing your poems out loud. In fact, we all haven't done that much. But I still think that we should try our best. Look around. Monica motions to all of us. We're all here because we have a passion for literature and this club. That's not why I'm here. I'm just here for Natsuki. What? Actually, I originally came for Sayuri. I'm not here because of literature at all. Don't you want to share that passion with other people? To inspire them to pursue their inner writer? No. Yeah! No. It's about exploring yourself and trying new things, all while having fun. Maybe for you. Monica and I nod our heads in agreement. No, I don't! Don't fucking ring me into this! Natsuki and Yuri, on the other hand, remain silent. I guess that means it's my turn to say something. I mean, I don't think it's that much to ask. I disagree, I think it is. It's extroverts, am I right? As Monica said, we're all here because we care about the club and want to see it flourish. And if all that means it's a 2-minute poetry performance, then I think we can manage. Sayuri and Monica's faces light up as I finish speaking. Don't beat that. Hey, it's not like I don't care about the club. I mean, I wouldn't side with them and be like, yeah, let's not do that, but I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't side with them and be like, hell yeah, club, yay, ugh. It's just, do we really have to perform? You know how hard it is to get new members? It's because people are just narrow-minded jerks. They don't even give literature a chance. Who's to say this festival will be any different? I'm inclined to agree with Natsuki. I'm sorry, Monica. I know how much you want to do this, but I just can't imagine performing in front of a crowd of strangers. Well, at least Yuri and Natsuki have proven they can agree on something. Monica sighs, her eyes close as she rubs her temples. Me too. I'm ready for a sleep. Look, guys, I know you're anxious. I understand that, I really do. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous myself. After all, it's my club, so people are going to judge me the most if our performance doesn't go well. Natsuki, if it makes you feel any better, a few of my friends will be coming along. They're lovely people, they won't judge you for your tastes. That does not make me feel better. I've known them for a few years, trust me. It's good to see that Monica has friends though, that's promising. Natsuki huffs, turning away. She doesn't look particularly convinced. And Yuri, I know it's a scary thought, but I've thought of a way to ease you into it. Why don't we start by practicing our poems to each other in the club? No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? That's the thing, we don't! But Monica, this has gotta be something else we can do. Yuri nods vigorously, as Natsuki's words, anxiety written all over her face. But guys, don't start crying. Extroverts, am I right? No, Sayuri, it's okay. If you guys really think we can do better than a poetry performance, then I'll gladly go along with an alternative. So any ideas? An awkward silence fills the room. We all glance at each other anxiously before Sayuri finally speaks up. Ooh, we could... Sayuri stops and thinks to herself for a moment. Wait, no, never mind. That wouldn't work. Once again, the room falls silent. Well then, I guess we can't come up with something different after all. Monika laughs, attempting to ease the tension in the room. I know you guys might not be the most on board with this idea, but I think it's our best option. Please guys, please. Can you stop pressuring us? I'm honestly surprised Natsuki's putting up such resistance. I knew she was a little hot-headed, but even still. A little? I'm not pressuring you, Natsuki. Both of them have raised their voice. Yuri looks a little startled, and Sayuri looks anxious to intervene. What? I can't do that. Guys, please, there's no need to get angry. Can't we just discuss this normally? Monika reflects on Sayuri's words, looking a little ashamed of her outburst. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to raise my voice. It's just, this festival is important to me, that's all. Ever since I created this club, I've always wanted to show other people. Natsuki, Yuri, I imagine you were both a little apprehensive when Senkara joined, right? After all, he was an unfamiliar face. She smiles warmly at me. Unfamiliar face, that's me. Subscribe for the unfamiliar face. But look, he's integrating really well. She faces Natsuki. I mean, you two bonded over manga, right? Yeah, we're in love now. We're gonna get married. I mean, what? He asked you for recommendations, and from what I could gather, you both share a common interest. Hey, it's not like we bonded or anything. Baka. It's not like we bonded or anything, but we did. It was just nice to find someone else who likes my manga, that's all. But we did bond. I thought we bonded. Bonding? Maybe we should bond then. She shoots a look at Yuri. Of course, how silly of me to forget. Anyway, maybe some of these new members might also be manga enthusiasts, who knows? But then they'll get in the way of me and Natsuki. That's no good. Surely you'd like being able to share your passion with other people, right? Natsuki shrugs half-heartedly. Me too, honestly. I suppose that'd be cool, yeah. Monika beams. Jeez, you're giving us no choice here, Monika. See? That's exactly my mentality. Wanting to share the things you like with new people. That's a good mentality to have, I guess. Yeah, I know that. It's just, are there really no other ideas? Remember, poetry performances are a pretty big part of this club. We want to show people that our meetings are really like. They're not like that. If we just gave out posters or showed them our poems and writing only, it wouldn't really be a fair reflection. Seeing that there's no real way she's going to win this, Natsuki hits back and grumbles something under her breath. So, what do you think, guys? For me? For us? Fine. I still don't think this is a good idea, but fine, I'll do it. I'll drink the commoner's coffee, just to stop guilt-tripping us. Phew. Cheers, thanks, Natsuki. And you, Yuri? Yuri nervously glances at each of our expectant faces. But, Monika, if people start, being inconsiderate and disturb us, or laugh... I'm not surprised Yuri is worried about this. Oh, don't you worry. If anyone steps out of line, I'll put a swift stop to that. She said she has a stern glint in her eye, and I have to repress a shiver. I'm glad she's with us. Yuri looks somewhat relieved, but it's clear she is still worried. She swallows and nods. I suppose I don't really have a choice, do I? I shake my head. Okay, I'll do it. I'll drink the commoner's coffee. Yay, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. I know you'll do great, Yuri. Just trust me. But anyway, let's move back to the main event. While we have time, I want each of you to choose a poem of yours to practice reciting in front of each other. Jeez. Yuri and Natsuki exchange uneasy glances, but don't say anything. Don't worry, I'll go first so everyone feels a little comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see. Monika flips through her notebook, searching for a specific poem. Ah, here we are. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. Her eyes move across the page and sync with her lips. Every word has the perfect amount of emotion put behind it, making the poem almost come to life. Her inflection is extraordinary. I'm impressed, and judging by a quick glance around me, so is everyone else. Sayuri looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face and that I don't understand. Even Natsuki's once sour attitude is replaced by awe. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayuri? Yep. Sayuri jumps out from her chair and takes Monica's place at the front of the room. This poem is called, how did you do it so easily, Monica? Well, try to imagine you're alone like you're reciting it to yourself. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. Oh, I think I get it. Sayuri nods to herself. Yes, I'll do it. I'll read the commoner's poem. Anyway, this poem's called My Meadow. Sayuri begins reciting her poem. It seems as if her soft voice is a perfect match. I can imagine she would have a beautiful voice, honestly. As for the poem itself, it has a similar tone when compared to with other ones. It's a peaceful yet somber at the same time. Bittersweet, you could call it. Hearing the poem in Sayuri's voice almost gives it an entirely new meaning. I think this is what Sayuri means when she says she likes my poems. It's like seeing a whole new side of someone you thought you knew completely. Sayuri finishes and we all applaud. We all better be applauding right now. I did it! Yes, you did. Yep, good job. Sayuri beams as she walks back to her seat. So, who'd like to go next? Natsuki, Yuri, and I all look at each other nervously. I open my mouth, but Yuri beats me to the punch. I'll go. Nice. Thanks for showing initiative, Yuri. Yes. Yuri rushes over to the podium, clutching a sheet of paper in her hands. This poem is called... Yuri freezes as she looks up at us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri begins to recite her poem. That sounds really cool. Her voice is shaky at first, but the more she reads, the more confident she becomes. Typical Yuri, eh? It's similar to what happens when she gets absorbed in her books. The shy and apprehensive Yuri I'm used to is replaced by a fierce and confident woman. The poem itself is like a maze in its structure, with twists and turns every line. But Yuri is unfazed and enunciates each word with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse of the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. Monica's the first to start applauding. Sheepishly, I follow along, and soon the club room is filled with the sound of applause. Keep clapping until your hand hurts. Ow. If you didn't clap hard enough, then do it again. Yuri ducks her head in embarrassment, a shy smile creeping over her face. Yuri, that was really good. Like I said, you don't have anything to worry about. Thank you for sharing. Thanks. I guess Yuri's done for today. So, who'd like to go next? Natsuki? Why should I go before Senkara? It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Senkara lower everyone's standards before I go. Natsuki. Monica hastens to chastise her, shooting me a sympathizing look. That's okay, that's fine. That was kind of rude, don't you think? You should apologize to Senkara. Natsuki's face turns red as all the girls turn to look at her. I decide to spare Natsuki from the embarrassment. Hey, it's really no big deal. I'll end up going at some point anyway, might as well do it now. Thing is, I don't have much of a selection to choose from. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Oh yes, I'm so confident. I'm such an extrovert right now. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I take a deep breath. In my head, I repeat to myself the advice Monica gave to Sayuri. Try to imagine you're alone, like you're reciting it to yourself. Alone. My house is the first thing that comes to mind. When I think of being alone, the scene rapidly develops in my head, like I'm recalling a recent memory. I'm sitting alone at my desk. The dim light hanging from the ceiling gives a warmth to the room. In front of me is the poem I had just finished, the ink from my pen still fresh on the page. I pick up the notebook and begin reciting it out loud. While I'm not the most confident in it, I still try to put energy into it. I can almost hear my voice echoing off my bedroom walls. As I finish, the sound of applause pulls me out of my daydream. You guys better be clapping for me right now. Good, thank you. I'm back in the club room, standing in the podium, while the girls politely applaud my performance. That was good, Senkara. I guess. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. I don't think it's your writing abilities, but rather your lack of confidence that weighs you down. That's something that will improve over time, though, so don't worry. Yeah, okay. Thanks. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. As she says this, Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Stop looking at me! That's an interesting title, but you're presenting. You don't have to stare straight into my soul, though. She takes a moment to compose herself. Anyway, this poem is called Jump. That's so cute. I mean, no, it's not. Natsuki takes a breath. While her voice is unenthusiastic, the poem has a surprising amount of energy to it. The rhymes tie into each other seamlessly, creating a flow that moves the poem along at a brisk pace. The words seem to bounce up and down with the rhythm, seemingly making the poem come to life. It's Natsuki's signature style, and it works exceptionally well when she reads it out loud. She quickly finishes and huffs as she makes her way back to her seat while we applaud her. Well done, Natsuki, you're so good. That wasn't so bad, was it? She stares at her poem blankly for a second before replying. Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, that's what we're gonna be doing at the festival, so... Do you at least feel confident enough to do it in front of a crowd? I guess. It's not like there's any other choice. And I guess it'll be easier than doing it in front of other people. I can just put on whatever face I want with strangers. I don't care about what they think of me. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. But I still hate the idea that we have to perform. She's so sweet. I get that. I definitely do. She mutters the last sentence under her breath. The others probably didn't even hear it, but with my keen hearing and brilliant senses, I heard it. I knew Natsuki was stubborn, but this is a whole other level. However, it doesn't look like she's going along with the idea of performing for the festival. Oh, it does look like she is. That's good. Well, at least for now, she's basically outvoted and can't come up with another idea anyway. Really? That's a surprise. For me, it's the other way around. Having all those people looking at you, judging you? I don't like to think about it. I can relate to that, Yuri murmurs quietly. I get Natsuki, I understand. The thought of so many eyes observing your every move all at once. She trails off, shaking her head. Well, it's just how it is, so... Natsuki sighs in frustration. Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. Speaking of which, I want to thank you all for performing. It might be difficult, but now that we have a general idea of what it'll be like, we'll have to be able to prepare ourselves. Make sure you pick out a poem to show it to me by tomorrow, okay? I'll need to know so I can make the pamphlets over the weekend. I should probably find a different poem to recite. I know you prefer if we used our own poetry, but I'm probably going to pick a poem from a poet that I like or something. I don't know any poets, what do you want? Whatever makes you feel comfortable, Senkara. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting this much effort into the club. Low expectations, huh? Normal Monica. Perfection. More like any effort put in makes me feel happy in general. Monica smiles at me, then turns to smile to everyone else. Oh, she's so sweet. Look at her being normal with one of her normal, usual sprites that looks like Monica. That goes for everyone here. Thanks for going along with these last-minute plans. Anyway, back to that. I think that about does it for today. Let's still try and write poems for tomorrow, okay? I know the festival's coming up, but it's been working out nicely for the past few days, and I'd like it to continue. Tomorrow we'll finalize who's doing what for the festival, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Remember, we have till Monday. It'll be so much fun, I can't wait, yay! We all stand up packing our things, however Monica's voice stops us. Oh, and guys? She pauses, twirling a strand of hair in her hand. Me too. This club truly does mean so much to me, and I really appreciate that you're willing to do for it. You guys are the best. In typical fashion, Natsuki just rolls her eyes. Yuri smiles timidly while Sayuri wears a hearty smile. Let's just get it over with. I hope we don't regret this. That's okay, Monica. Nothing to thank us for. We really appreciate what you've made for us. I can't help but catch Yuri muttering under her breath after she says this. I can do this, I can do this. Yeah, I love it here. We'll get to spread this cozy little place to other people. Yay, they'll ruin the atmosphere. I stand up and grab my bag. While I'm certainly not as enthusiastic as Monica or Sayuri about the festival, if I can pull that little daydream stunt again, I think I'll be alright. It's for the sake of the club after all, not to mention impressing the girls, especially Natsuki. Once I'm fully packed, I walk over to Sayuri. Ready to go? Yep. Geez, don't you ever get tired of always walking home with Senkara, Sayuri? Now that's different. I always thought it was weird in the original. They were like, oh, look at you two walking home together, ho 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 ho. But like, aren't we supposed to be a thing, me and Natsuki? Like, what? So this seems like a more appropriate response for a tsundere. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Oh, don't mind her. You guys are more adorable than anything. Alright, alright. No need to make such a big deal about it. It must be a little nice though. Yeah, I guess. Ah, jeez. Let's just go already, Sayuri. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. The two of us begin the walk home. A lot has changed in these past few days. Lost in thought, I don't even notice how Sayuri's being until we're almost back home. There's a lot going on in the club now, eh? I'll bet you're thinking about all your new vice president duties that you'll have to deal with when the club grows bigger. Yeah. Anything specific on your mind? Not really. Sorry, did you want to talk? I mean, we don't have to if you're thinking about stuff. No, it's nice talking to you. I was thinking about something from earlier. It's nice that we, never mind, it's nothing. You're sounding a little like Yuri right now. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I have a question for you, Senkara. What's up? Oh, here we go, oh no. Sayuri clears her throat before speaking. So, let's just say that one day Natsuki asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... Ugh! Table flip. Here we go again. Here we go. I hate this question. I do. I don't like it. I don't like this question. How do I even answer that? How do I respond to that? Jeez. I really hope she doesn't interrupt the moment with Natsuki like she does in the original. You know, that one where we're almost about to kiss and then she comes in and is like, oh no! If Natsuki... Okay, let's be real. If Natsuki came and asked me to walk home with her, how could I refuse? I would obviously check with Sayuri. I'd be like, oh, is that alright with you, Sayuri? She just wants to walk home with me today. That cool? That cool? I don't have to. I can walk home with you, Sayuri. It's okay. Because that's our thing. But, like... And she's obviously going the same direction. So, I mean, like, all three of us can walk together. It would be wonderful. But I feel like since I hope that we're not going to get the same ending as the original game, you know, she's not just going to off herself and that'll be that. Since I know we can actually get a Natsuki ending, I want to do everything in my power to get that. And I feel awful for this. Trust me, I feel so bad for this, but I'm going to have to say I would walk home with Natsuki because I need to get the Natsuki ending, and if this is a part of that, then I'm a horrible, horrible person, but I hope it will spin it in a way that's not so horrible. Oh, I can't look. You guys read it for me, okay? Oh god. Walking home with Natsuki, huh? That would be amazing. I would love that so much, to walk home with her. Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? It really does. I mean, I think I would be afraid of what she'd do to me if I turned her down. That's a good way to put it. Isn't she so cute and fun to be around? I guess so, yeah. You admitted it. But that still has nothing to do with what I said. Besides, what's the point of speculating about something that's never going to happen? I don't know. I guess I just like to think about how different things could be. Why though? Even if I did walk home with her, it's not like you'd be replaced or anything. We'd still be friends, right? Sayuri looks distant. I guess. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. Why would she ask a question like that? I don't know. Does walking home with me really mean that much to her? If it does, then I guess I shouldn't take it away from her. Yeah, good. Glad that wasn't so disastrous. Sayuri and I part ways without saying another word, not even goodbye. I reach my house and open the door. Jeez, that's rough, buddy. I'm home. Who the fuck is playing piano in my house? This is terrifying. No response. I'm alone as usual. I mumble that part to myself. Oh, this is interesting. Talking to myself as if I'm the protagonist of a manga or a game. Yeah, I do that. Yeah. I must be going stir crazy. Maybe I already am. Mom is still out on her business trip. Mom. Silly Americans. Say mum. She's never home anymore. I miss her. Really? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Sorry. But I don't blame her for anything. It's hard enough providing for yourself, let alone a kid. Since I'm alone, I decide to make an instant meal for dinner. Digging through my cabinets, I find some old soup cups. Miso soup sounds good. I unwrap the packaging, pour in some water, and place the meal in the microwave. Bitch, please, make some lasagna. Let's go. While it cooks, my mind wanders. My multiple minds, because I have such a big head that it's split into two, wanders back to my performance earlier. That daydream was so vivid, so realistic. Can I really pull off that performance again? But this time in front of a crowd? It wasn't even that great in the first place, just doing it in front of the girls was nerve-wracking. I guess I'm not really used to being around people again. Maybe that's it. Thinking about it, I guess I've kind of been subconsciously isolating myself from people ever since the divorce. Before it even, in some cases. I wonder when I started shunning myself. Maybe that's part of why Sayuri and I drifted apart the past few years, probably. It wasn't intentional or anything, it just happened. At least, I don't think it was intentional. But I'm glad I got to reconnect with her in the literature club. It's given me more to do. Something to look forward to that isn't anime or video games. Talking with the girls has made me feel more appreciated. It's nice feeling something that's been missing from me ever since the divorce. Maybe that's why Sayuri likes walking home with me. Makes her feel appreciated. Sayuri. The more I think about it, the more concerned for her I get. She said some pretty weird stuff, but I guess people have their off days. Maybe she's changed a little bit over the years. Pretty normal, right? I'd like to think I'd be able to tell if something was up with her, although given our recent distance, I'm not so sure. Sure, we've started talking again, but there's a lot of lost time. Maybe that'll change, and we'll go back to how we used to. Beep! Beep! I hope. Damn, son. That was rough, buddy. That was rough. Whew. I don't know what to do with that. It's good though. It's good that I really appreciate that they're giving more backstory to the main character. I think that's awesome. You know, that definitely helps get into the story, but also doesn't because I never had a divorce and I don't really care about that sort of thing. But the whole isolation and you know, stuff like that. What's he saying? You know what he was saying. Except for the divorce part. That's all. I can get behind that. I feel that. So yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. But I really appreciate that they're adding more to it. That's really cool, I think. All of the characters are getting much more fleshed out, and it's awesome, and we had some amazing cute Natsuki moments, and I love her so much. And I hope you all do too. I know at least one of you does. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did, and if you did, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Give it a share. We gotta get to 200 by... What day will this come out? By today! Alright, if we're not at 200 when this video comes out, then give it a share for my sake. It'll be my... Will it? No, yeah, because the next... So, this will be coming out on my birthday! What do you know? Happy birthday to me from Past Blake, happy birthday. Oh dear. Very good, but thank you all so much for watching. It'd mean a lot to me if you gave it a share. That can be my birthday present. And subscribe for more, of course, as always. Thank you all so much for watching. I already said that. My name has been Senkara, and until next time, I always appreciate it. See ya.